Gauss law. So now we are going to see how to derive Gauss law. We'll take one positive charge. When I take a positive charge, construct a Gaussian surface, a spherical Gaussian surface, like a sphere-shaped structure, right? It's nothing but a sphere. So Gaussian surface, all directions, like a closed surface. You can construct a closed surface, center a charge is there, right? Now at this particular point, if I want to calculate, it's nothing but Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface. Construct a Gaussian surface. Okay. So we'll be calling this is a Gaussian surface. That means we'll be drawing a index line around this positive charge in which its effect is felt. Let us imagine. Now at this particular point, area vector, if I take area vector is outward normal. It's nothing but area vector. And here electric field intensity is away from that one. This is small dA. If I take the dA, if you add, that is will be the area of it. So this will be electric field intensity. Let me take this distance is nothing but r. So what we have to get, as if you treat this the point charge, E is equals to kq by r square. We have to get same thing we'll be getting in final, right? So here if I take at this particular point or here at any point, if you see any points here at dA as well as E, both will be in the same direction. And if I consider at this particular points, here also dA as well as electric field intensity, both will be in the same direction. At any point, if I take, so both will be in same direction, dA as well as E, right? All are at a distance of r. Fine. So what is the definition of flux? According to the definition of flux d phi, that means what is the flux coming out or emerging out through this small area. D phi can be written as dA or E into dA cos theta. Already we discussed the flux equals to E dot A. It's nothing but the scalar product of two vectors, E and A, scalar product of two vectors. Phi is equal to E into dA cos theta. So theta will be 0 here. Theta is 0. At any point, if you take it as theta will be 0. If you substitute here, d phi is equals to E into dA. D phi is equals to E into dA. Oh, okay. Fine. Because cos theta is 0. Cos 0 is nothing but 1. So d phi is equals to E into dA. Now it has to be integrated on both sides. If I integrate on both sides, this is nothing but flux due to this small surface. So I want total flux through this particular charge. Then integration of d phi. So this is nothing but phi I'll be getting. And integration of dA. E is nothing but always it is constant at a particular distance. Take it outside. That's nothing but E. At a given distance, E is constant. So I want integration of this complete area. If I take integration, that's nothing but closed integration dA. Now phi is equals to E into integral of phi into dA. Is it clear till this point? Okay. Or phi is equals to E into A. Area vector outward normal. Now area of this sphere, I'm saying that sphere is constructed. When sphere is constructed, is nothing but area. Area is nothing but 4 pi r square. Simply you can substitute here. Phi is equals to E into 4 pi r square. Right? Is nothing but 4 pi r square. Is it clear? And we know that due to this charge, due to this charge, electric field intensity at this particular distance, what you'll get, E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. Same thing we substitute here. So now flux phi equals to, instead of E, I'll be substituting this one, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square into this part, a particular point, 4 pi R square. So 4 pi gaya, R square gaya. So what we are getting now, flux is equals to phi is equals to Q inside the surface divided by epsilon naught. This is nothing but Gauss law. Okay, this is called Gauss law. This is flux through the closed surface. Flux through what? Closed surface. Flux through closed surface, or we can say it as it is nothing but a three dimension. So how to define Gauss law now? Gauss law is nothing but flux phi equal to 1 by epsilon naught times of flux linked with the closed surface. Flux linked with the closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times of the charge enclosed in that particular surface. Charge is enclosed in that particular surface. That is nothing but charge inside the surface. That is nothing but Gauss law. It will give us Gauss law, right? Gauss law. If you want to write the definition for Gauss law, what you have to write the definition of Gauss law? The net electric flux through a closed surface, or we can say it as 3D, three-dimension closed surface, or a three-dimension, is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by this particular surface. Is it clear? Now flux phi is equals to Q inside by epsilon naught. Otherwise, now this can be, finally we can write 3D surface equals to Q inside divided by epsilon naught equal to, again, closed integral of E into dA. So this is what finally will be expressing it. Is it clear? Take a screenshot. If you have any doubts, let me know. Then we'll proceed. Done. Yes. Okay. Shall we proceed? सब लोग yes, sure. Now okay. So next, moving to applications of this Gauss law. So from Gauss law, after seeing the derivation, one should get an idea that for a closed surface, always for a closed surface, the flux linked with the particular surface is phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Any closed surface, if you take it as three-dimensional surface or a regular shaped body, okay, if you place at the center. Now, first, for example, example 1, I'll take example 1, right? A cube, I'll be taking a cube. Let me take a cube. This is a cube. When charge is placed at the center, exactly it should be at the center, right? If it is placed at the center, a charge is placed at the center. Then in all directions, flux will be equally distributed, right? So as simply, what you will say, flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. That's all. So what is the total flux? What is the net flux? Net flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. That's all. Net flux is Q by epsilon naught. If I take a cylinder, let me take a cylinder. It's nothing but a cylinder. Exactly at the center, if I place exactly at center, if I place a charge and electric lines of force or flux will be coming out equally from all directions, right? Flux will be coming outside. If I take flux phi is equals to, again net of flux will be Q by epsilon naught times. Net flux is Q by epsilon naught times. Hope that you are getting here. Okay, if I take a cone, let me take a cone. If I take a cone, exactly if I place it center, right? Now the electric lines of force right coming outside. That is what is the net flux. Net flux will be again it is Q by epsilon naught times. Is it clear? This net flux will be Q by epsilon naught times. That means shape of the closed surface does not affect the net flux shape. That means only condition is it should be placed at the center. See, Q by 2 cylinder or a cone shape. It is shape of the closed surface do not affect. Is it clear? Do not affect. Now, if I take if I place a charge here, this is the charge. At this particular point, if I ask what is the for this one, for this surface, what is the flux linked? Flux linked will be Q by epsilon naught. If I take like this is at a distance of R, this is at a distance of 2R, right? R, 2R, like this, go on increasing. Do not affect. The size of the closed surface do not affect the net flux linked with this particular shape, right? Just take it down. If you have any doubt, let me know. Can you tell me? So we are taking two examples here. Example one is nothing but in a boundary, right? Q1 and Q2, Q1 and Q2 is there. So two charges are there inside the boundary and Q3 is outside. If I take here at this point, particular point, Q is outside, and there is no charge inside. Due to this charge, any flux is linked. And what is the flux linked here? Okay, flux according to Gauss law definition, right? We can write this nothing but applications of Gauss law for some extent. Gauss law, right? Application of Gauss law. If I take phi, if I take flux linked with this one, flux, what is the definition of flux? Q inside net will be Q inside divided by epsilon naught. Inside means Q1 plus Q2 by epsilon naught. So this won't affect the flux or into this particular surface. So I can write now Q1 plus Q2 divided by epsilon naught. Phi net is equal to Q1 plus Q2 divided by epsilon naught. If I take Q outside, right? If I take Q, is nothing but outside. Simply I can say flux through net flux is 0. Net flux is 0. How net flux we can prove it as 0? How we can show the net flux through it is 0? Sure, let us see. Let me take due to this electric lines of force will be there. See different directions I am taking. 1, 2, like this, 3, fine. Okay. Now at an instant, so we can take at any points. I'm taking it first one at this particular point and here. Let me calculate the flux linked with it. Now here area vector is outward normal A, right? And electric dA, small dA, I can take it as dA, small dA. And electric field intensity is nothing but E. So both are in the same direction, theta is equal to 0. What is the flux linked here? If I write flux is equals to E into dA, because theta is equal to 0 degrees there. Right. Next, coming to here at this particular point, let me take it as second surface. This is the first surface, first and second surface. At this particular point, this is the direction of electric field intensity, and the away from it is nothing but normal to the surface. Outside normal surface is nothing but DE. You see, DA and E both are opposite in direction. Theta is equal to 180 degrees. Theta equals to 180 degrees. When theta is equal to 180 degrees, how we can continue this one? Theta is equal to 180 degrees. Theta is equal to 180 degrees. Then flux linked with it is phi is equals to minus E into dA, because cos theta is equal to 180, cos 180 equals to minus 1. So this is 1 and 2. So net flux linked with it is phi 1 plus phi 2, which is nothing but 0. And simply we can say how the flux is linked with it is 0. Otherwise, when there is no charge inside, the flux linked with it is 0. Hope that you got it as yes. It is screenshots. Right. So this is based on application of Gauss law, right? Or flux linked with the closed surface, which is given in online JEE Mains 2017. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces are given. 4 surfaces. First surface, if you take it as 2Q is there inside, and surface S1 we are taking, flux linked with it is phi 1. Second, if I take Q and a minus Q, and S2 is the surface, phi 2 is the flux linked with it. If I take third surface, in third surface Q and phi Q, Q and phi Q, and phi Q is outside and Q are inside. Next, if I take fourth surface, let me take it as S4 surface, and flux linked with it is phi 4, 8Q minus 2Q minus 4Q and 3Q. 3Q is outside. Just now I shown that how 3Q is not giving any flux into this one. So flux due to outside charges into this closed surface is 0, right? Now we want to calculate the flux linked with it. First one, if I want to write flux, first one, phi 1 is equals to 2Q by epsilon naught. That is flux linked with the surface by epsilon. That is a charge inside the surface divided by epsilon naught. Here, if I take it as inside how much charge is there? So net flux is equals to charge inside the closed surface divided by epsilon naught. So Q plus Q minus Q, again it is 2Q by epsilon naught. Here if I take it as Q plus Q, which is 2Q by epsilon naught. Phi 4 is nothing but 8Q minus 6Q, which is nothing but 2Q divided by epsilon naught. So this is what all flux are equal. So we are getting C is the option. C is nothing but all flux are equal. Hope that you got it as this one. Understood how we are applying Gauss law, that is phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Yes. Okay. Now just write down Gauss law applications when it is applied. First one, Gaussian surface should be symmetric. See, whenever we draw, first number 1 point, Gaussian surface should be symmetric about the charge or charge distribution. Point number 1, but it is applicable how we have to apply. Okay. First one is Gaussian surface should be symmetric about the charge. That means if I am taking a charge, I am constructing a symmetric shape around it. Second point, electric field must be symmetric, equal at all points of Gaussian surface. This is also very important. Just now you are asking about that one. Electric field should be symmetric. That's the condition that we are taking at that particular distance. At that particular distance, so it will be same. Right. Next. Theta is the angle between E and A. Third point is theta. If you are taking theta is the angle between E and A, must be same at all the points of the surface. All the points it should be same. That means area is outward normal and electric field intensity is outward from that particular point. Then you'll be getting electric field intensity. Okay, at that particular point you can calculate the flux linked with it. Fine. Okay, Gaussian surface must not pass through the point charges, any charge. See, Gaussian surface, whatever you construct, it should not pass through any, charge. Okay, what is Gaussian surface? We are constructing a Gaussian surface around the charge, in which charge should be inside the surface. So Gaussian surface, whenever we draw Gaussian surface, we should keep one should keep in the mind that it should not pass through the charge. These are the 4 conditions that we have to take care while drawing the Gaussian surface. First one is Gaussian surface should be symmetric about the charge, number 1. Number 2, if you take electric field must be symmetric. Electric field must be symmetric. Symmetric where? Can you tell me where is symmetric? It should be symmetric at all the surface, all surface. That means all symmetric about the Gaussian surface. And third one, angle, if you take it as angle between E and A should be same at all the points. And next, Gaussian surface should not pass to the point charge or the charge that we are taking. Right? Okay. Now next we'll move to some more applications of Gauss law. Again, we'll go back to previous JEE questions here. So how questions will be asked in entrance examination based on this particular topic? Let me see. Right. If I take first example, I'll take here half of the cylinder is there. First question, half of the cylinder. Let me take this is the cylinder. This is the cylinder of length L by 2. That is nothing but half of the cylinder. Now charge is placed at the center. If I place the charge at center, here the charge is placed at the center. What is the flux? Flux to the surface that we have to calculate. Next, second question I am giving here. Semi-sphere you can take. If I place a charge here, right? Now to calculate that one, right? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Fine. Can you tell me first one and second one? First one and second one. First one, how to calculate the flux? If it is a closed one, means complete cylinder, flux can be written as Q by epsilon naught. It is nothing but half. Half means half of it, simply we can say, okay, Q by 2 epsilon naught. So how it is possible? For that sake, what we'll do, we'll construct a Gaussian surface here. Try to make it as complete a Gaussian surface. Here also try to complete a Gaussian surface, right? Then now you can say that the flux coming out from upper and lower part equally distributed. Total, if I take total flux, net flux can be written as Q by epsilon naught. Net flux is Q by epsilon naught. Half of it, because only half parts is upwards, half part is downward. We want the flux linked with this particular surface. So that means I can write now flux linked with this particular surface can be written as Q by 2 epsilon naught. This will be the net flux or a semi-cylinder. Q by 2 epsilon naught. Next, same manner if I take for this one, just I constructed a remaining half of the sphere. Then now it looks like a sphere. The flux linked with this surface, as it is a closed surface or a 3D surface, we can say that the flux linked with it phi is equals to Q by epsilon naught from 3D surface. Half of it, half is going up because this is symmetric, both sides upward and downwards. Symmetric here, as you take symmetric, then flux, if I take flux through the hemisphere, I can write it as a Q by 2 epsilon naught. Hope you are getting this one. Q by 2 epsilon. Just note it down. Then we'll go with the next question. Just take a screenshots. Okay. Let us see. Which is given in online JEE Mains 2018 question. Just now what we discussed. A charge Q is placed at a distance A by 2. A by 2 above the center of a square surface. Above the center of the square surface of edge, as shown in the figure. Calculate electric flux to the surface. Electric flux we require. So when I want to calculate electric flux here, see, this is nothing but a plate. Above at a distance of A by 2, a charge is placed. So according to Gauss law, the net flux linked with the closed surface is phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So if I want this plate to be closed, I have to construct a cube because this is at a distance of A by 2. Just you can see how I am going to convert this one. So let me take this is the plates. We want flux to this one. So now I'll try to convert same thing here. Right. So just I converted this. This is nothing but we want the flux to this parts. This red mark parts. So this is nothing but the flux. Due to this plate we require, right? Here this is the plates downwards. We want at this particular, right? Then here you can see now it becomes center of this particular cube. It will have how many surfaces? 6 surfaces will be there. So 1 surface, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Front and back, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and charges placed inside. Now what we require is the total flux. If I take the flux through that surface is the Q by epsilon naught. Q inside by epsilon naught, which is nothing but net flux. I want only through one surface because it is equally distributed in all the surfaces. That means it will emerge out equally from all the surface. I want only through one surface. It is divided by 6, right? For one surface, if I want flux through one surface, is Q by 6 epsilon naught. If I want the 2 surfaces, so Q by epsilon naught plus Q by 6 epsilon naught plus Q by 6 epsilon naught. 2 surfaces if you have 3 surfaces, just go on. Total surface is Q by epsilon naught. Hope that you got it as now, right? Yes, just take your screenshots, then we'll move. Okay. Now this is given in online JEE 2014. The question is here, the electric field in a region of space is given by E is equal to E naught I cap plus 2 E naught J cap. Okay, where E naught is equal to 100 Newton per Coulomb is given. The flux of the field through a circular surface of radius 0.02 meters parallel to XZ plane. So now let me draw. So this is a plane I am taking, right? This is a plane. Okay, x-axis, x, y-axis, and z-axis. If I take along x direction E naught into I, so this is nothing but E naught into I, E naught into I cap. In this direction, 2 E naught into J cap. So I'm saying that the flux through a circular surface of radius, there is a circular surface is there. Let me take the circular surface like this. This is nothing but circular surface, right? This is the circular surface, right? Now, how it is placed? If I take this is a 3-dimension, right? Let me take this nothing but x. This is y. This nothing but z. So in this direction, it is placed. Here it is placed. Okay. So there is nothing but it is in the plane of what? YZ plane. This is YZ plane. This is in a YZ plane. YZ means perpendicular to x-axis. It should be in a YZ plane. YZ plane it should be, and perpendicular to what? X-axis. So it is placed in that way. Fine. Okay. Now here if I take so what is given? Electric field E naught I is in that direction. Now electric area vector, if I take area pi r square, this is nothing but r. If I take, that is pi r square. A is nothing but pi r square. Everything is okay. So what we require? Area in the direction of that electric field. That's all over. So flux linked with it, flux is equals to, because in this direction flux will be 0, because area and electric field both will get cancelled. So this is the direction at which both are in the same direction. Theta is equal to 0. Now flux can be written as E naught into I cap, E naught into I cap into pi r square, pi r square. So what are the values that he has given? Here I cap is a unit vector, its magnitude 1 we can take. Now phi is equals to E naught. E naught value is given 100 into phi will be 3.14 into r square. If I take radius 0.02 whole square, so that is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 whole square. Or phi is equal to here 0, 2 points will get cancelled. 314 into 4 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Can you tell me 314 into 4 how much you got? 314 into 4. Buddy, 1256. Phi is equals to 1256 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Or phi is equal to, if I multiply 0.1256, right? 1256.
It says the circular surface is parallel to the XZ plane. So why is it in the YZ plane? It should be parallel to the XZ plane, right?
Pardon?
So the circular surface, it's parallel to the XZ plane. So it should be in the
Sorry. Why this is Y? Sorry, it is given YZ plane. Sorry,
Okay.
YZ plane. So parallel to YZ plane. Sorry, I noted it is wrong. Parallel to YZ plane. Is it clear? This is YZ plane, parallel to YZ plane. Okay, fine. Now I take we are getting 0.1256, 0.1256. Where is it? 0.1256. Option A, Newton meter square per coulomb. That's all. It's fine. So why is that plane? Just we are taken. So is it clear? First option. What we are getting it as option A. Is it clear? Yes. Yes, done. Okay. Next, last problem we'll take, which is given in online JEE Mains 2012. Just take online JEE Mains 2012. Online JEE Mains 2012. Online JEE Mains 2012. Here it is. 2012. 2012. Right. But take that is a hemisphere like this. Fine. Electric lines is showing the direction of electric lines of force like this. So making an angle. So this is the direction of electric lines of force. So making an angle 45 degrees. Electric lines of force is nothing but electric lines of force. Now what is asking? Electric flux through the curved surface. We want electric flux through this particular curved surface, only through this curved surface. What we require? Electric flux through curved surface, right? So how to calculate electric flux through the curved surface? Already in basic we discussed. This is nothing but direction of area vector and the component of E along the direction of area vector. We have to take, that's all. That will give the solution for the question, right? So flux inside is equal to flux outside. Whatever entering will be coming outside. Flux inside should be equal to flux outside. Flux inside should be equal to flux outside. That much will be coming out through the particular curved surface. So whatever the flux through the curved surface, I take flux to the curved surface, then E into A cos 45 degrees. That means A into, in this one, this can be resolved into the component. This is nothing but direction of A. So this can be resolved, which is nothing but E cos 45. E cos 45. A into E cos 45. E cos 45. So area, if I take, he has already given the area of it is nothing but, that is radius is A. Radius he has given A. Now we want area of this surface. So can you tell me what is the area of surface area of this one? Area can be written as pi A square, right? Area is pi A square. That's all. You substitute that flux is equals to E into pi A square into cos 45. Cos 45 1 by root 2. That is the answer. So here phi is equals to E pi A square divided by root 2. Right. So what we did here, you can see here we took the component of electric field along the direction of area vector. Components of the electric field along the direction of area vector. That's all. And second one is whatever the flux is entering inside, the same flux is coming outside. Entering and leaving, both will be same. Entering and leaving. So flux through the curved surface, just we calculated, it's nothing but EA cos theta, cos 45 area. So we can take it as area for this surface. It's nothing but pi r is pi A square or pi r square. Here radius is given as A. So E into pi A square into 1 by root 2. Phi is equal to E pi A square by root 2. Okay. So that is the solution for it. We understood this one. Take a screenshot.